friends, welcome to the Inspired Knitting Podcast. I'm your host Bobby and I am coming to you from Strait Shores, New Brunswick, Canada. Today is Friday, April the 10th, 2026, and you are watching episode 143. Welcome. This is a podcast where I share with you my knitting adventures and crochet. Today I have both again. And yes, sometimes there is spinning as well. Still haven't done that. I feel like I repeat that a lot, but just in case you're new to the channel, that's what I get up to. I always post detailed show notes below as if you're new as well. So you can just click the more button down below this video and you will find detailed show notes to anything that I talk about, so I link you directly to the patterns and designers. You can find me most active on Instagram as Inspired Knitting Podcast as well. So welcome. Yeah, it's been a week since we last chatted, and I'm back again. This week I have a good amount of crochet, but I also have some finished socks. So I got lots of finished objects. I have one work in progress to share with you. I don't think I'm missing anything. But yeah, it's been a productive week. It makes me feel good. So grab your beverage of choice and grab your craft of choice, and we'll jump right into it. I had to run some errands this morning. I had an appointment. So where I went, I realized it was in Sackville, New Brunswick. I realized that there's a new cafe that was open in the same building, and it's the Tibayan Cafe, and they had like boba teas and stuff like that. And it comes like they make the drink in this it's plastic, it's not glass, but it's plastic, and they have the machine that puts these lids on it with a pull tab. Isn't that cool? It was really cool to me anyways. And yeah, I got me a brown sugar boba tea, one of my favorites. And yeah, it's really tasty. It was my first time going there, and I could definitely see going back again. It was a good experience. They also had food there as well, like some breakfast type foods by the looks of it. So maybe it's a spot to go hang out and knit one day. I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, I got my boba tea here. So good. I'm really happy they have boba tea in Sackville now, because usually you have to go all the way into the city of Moncton, Dieppe, to be able to get something like that. So that's pretty exciting. I like that. Little pleasures. Okay, so finished objects. Let's get into it. The first thing I have to share with you guys, you have seen them as a work in progress. They are now finished. These are my crisp morning socks by Knit On Designs. And I knit these using Barocco Ultra Wool. And the colorway number is 33153, which according to Ravelry, it's called Heather. Wait a minute, where is it? Sorry. I don't like this camera for some reason. It does not like to focus. Might have to go back to my old phone. It'll focus back here, but I'm afraid you can't see it. Oh well. Heathers is the colorway name. It's like a really beautiful plum purple, and it is heathered. It's such a beautiful colorway. So the crisp morning socks are actually a fingering weight pattern. I just adjusted it to be a DK weight sock instead. So I'm not gonna go over what I did necessarily. I just cast it on the small size for a DK weight sock, and then I did one repeat of the lace for the leg, did the heel slip stitch, heel flap and gusset, and then I continued the patterning down the foot. So I just adjusted, I counted the numbers in the repeat, like in a row, and figured out how many stitches I needed, and then I just adapted that number to the smallest size for a DK weight sock, and it worked out quite well. So that's all I did. The Crisp Morning Socks, as I said, it is fingering weight yarn, and it only uses a 64 stitch count. I haven't had enough caffeine today, guys. I can't talk. But that's for fingering weight. For this one, I just use, like I said, the smallest size for DK. And if you're looking for a good DK weight sock, I always promote Crazy Sock Lady Designs. She's got a free DK weight pattern. It's just a plain vanilla sock, and she gives you 3 different sizes: small, medium, and large. And it comes with the slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset, toe instructions, all that good stuff. So I always recommend that you check that out, and I will have that linked below. But this is a beautiful pattern. Absolutely enjoyed doing it. It's an 8-row repeat, and you have what I would call rest rows in between. So in between the lace, so it's really nice. It's a nice break in the pattern. And here you can get an idea of what the lace looks like. This has been really fun because really all I've wanted to knit on is like vanilla socks. That's all I've really wanted to knit on. So when I saw this on Instagram, I was just like, I have to knit those socks. They're just so pretty. And I'm glad I did, because it kind of got me back into wanting to do maybe lace and texture and cables and stuff like that. So well, we shall see what happens. I still love my vanilla socks though. Speaking of vanilla socks, sorry, I'm just trying to get a tail in here because I did not weave the ends in on these. I casted on a new pair of vanilla socks this week, and I had no intentions to do this. What I had done was I wanted to create a magic knot ball for my granny stripe blanket, and I took out a couple of my my tubs of scrap yarn, and I started to put together a magic knot ball. And as I put it together, my friend who loves my socks, he's like, you know, what would happen if you put those into socks? And I was like, well, I've never done magic knot for socks before. I don't know how it's going to really hold up. It's all fingering weight scraps. But I was like, I don't know how it would hold up, but it's kind of an interesting concept. So I was like, you're going to have like big blocks of color though, because I was just grabbing at yarn, and some were like 10 grams and some were less. And he's like, it really doesn't matter. I would still love to see what it would knit up like in a pair of socks. I love the colors. So I was like playing it back and forth in my head, and I'm like, okay, let's just do this. If he wants a pair of socks out of, you know, big blocks of color, then let's just go ahead and do it. So I did. So here they are. Here's sock number 1. So obviously they do not match, but this is how sock number 1 turned out. And I love how this first color did the cuff perfectly. But you can see like there's different blocks of color, like different. It's interesting, and he loves them. So that's all that matters. And it's an interesting concept, I guess. Here's sock number 2. I just finished this one this morning. This one actually came past the cuff. This one, this color here, I actually did cut into it because it would have went a lot further, and I didn't want that to happen. So I did cut into this one and the blue, I think, just to make them a little bit shorter of a repeat. So I did do that. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. So I'm gonna give them to him after podcast, and he can wear them and let me know how they hold up, like with the magic knots, and we shall see, and I will let you guys know. If I was to do this again, what I would do is like take this color, weigh it on my little, I have one of those little mini scales. I would weigh it out and split the skein in half, or the little scrap in half. That way there's less chunk, like it would be a smaller chunk of color, and we could have a pair of matching socks. But when like I said, when I created this magic knot ball, it was not an intention to do a pair of socks with, but it was his idea, and I thought, never done it before, let's just go with it. And he really loves them, so I'm happy and I'm glad. And that just got like at least 60. My fingering weight socks average about 66 grams. I haven't weighed them yet and put them in my book, but that got 66 grams out of my stash, roughly. So that is good. What I have left of the magic knot ball, I know the magic knot ball weighed like 125 grams. So I just intend on putting the other 2 scraps that I took out. I plan to tie them back in to the cake, and that is going to go into my granny stripe blanket and probably finish that blanket off. So I didn't bring it with me to show today just because I didn't work on it, obviously. I need a pair of socks instead. But that I do plan to put that magic knot ball into that blanket. So that is pretty exciting. I look forward to working on that blanket again. Okay, so that is it for the knitted stuff. I'm just going to take a quick sip of my tea. Okay, where do we start? Okay, so now it's all crochet, and it is all by Oak and Marlow again. I'm obsessed, guys. I'm obsessed. I love their toys. So, yeah, I made some more. So I made another Fin Bear. This is, I think it's Baby Fin Bear by Oak and Marlow. They are paid for patterns. You can purchase them on Ravelry or Etsy. So this is Baby Fin. And for Baby Fin, I decided to do the overall pattern, which he does not come with the overall pattern. You would have to purchase Baby Beth Bunny to get the details on how to do this. But essentially, you're not making a separate pair of overalls. It's just crocheted right into, like, you would just change his color and do it for the legs, up his body, and then you would do his little straps here. So I don't think that's giving anything of the pattern away, but just so you know, if you were to purchase Fin Bear, he does not come with the details on how to do the overalls. You would have to do that from Baby Beth Bunny. So another addition to him, just a modification that I made, he does not come with a tail detail, and I thought that was a little odd, so I just did like a bobble stitch and made a little tail. He's so cute. And this is using Bernette blanket yarn. I keep wanting to call it Bernette baby blanket yarn. I think there is a Bernette baby blanket yarn, but this is Bernette blanket yarn. I can't tell you what the colors are. I don't pay attention. I honestly don't. I should probably be a better podcaster if I'm going to share this stuff with you, I suppose, but I can just tell you that it's Bernette blanket yarn. So whatever those colors are, but this bright blue is so awesome. I love it. And then for his nose, I just got this pack of noses that were on the marketplace, the Amazon, and same with the eyes as well. I just searched safety eyes, safety noses on Amazon, and I find it's a great way to buy them rather than go to your local craft store where you would pay a little bit more money just for a set or a couple of them. So Amazon. Okay, so the next one that I made, I made another Prim bunny. This is also by Oak and Marlow. I use Burnett blanket yarn again. One legs look shorter than the other, but I promise you it is not. So I made her. Prim bunny also comes with the pattern to have a cute little dress. I did not do that dress. I just wanted her to showcase her beautiful colors. And again, with the Prim bunny, you can do, I believe it's the Prim bunny. I don't want to lie to you. I have so many of Oak and Marlow patterns now. I'm getting confused what comes with what. But I believe it's the Prim bunny, because that's how I got the detailing. You can do Patchy bunny, so you could just do her all in one color. You could do Patchy where she has like little patches of color. Or you could do Dutch bunny, which is what I did. So she has the white on the tips of her feet. And then she changes color for her body until you get up here and it changes back to white. And then her head has the color change as well. And then to be just a little bit different, I did one ear in one color and the other ear in another, like in the second color. And I think she turned out well as well. Really good. I did the safety nose on her as well. A little pink nose. Super cute. And I did another bobble stitch for a tail because I can't remember. I don't think she came with a tail either. So I just, if she did, then that's what I did. But yeah. So that's Prim Bunny by Oak and Marlow. And then I purchased Tilly Cat by Oak and Marlow because, you know, I love my kitty cats. I got 3 cats and a puppy. Well, she's not a puppy. She's 2 years old. She just turned 2 not that long ago. But I love my kitty cats. So I had to do Tilly the cat. Isn't she cute? And I got the longer legged version. So I did them all longer legs this week. So if you get the Fable collection, any of the toys, they're the baby editions. They all got like shorter legs on them. But then some of them have like the longer legs on them as well. So all the ones that I did this week, I'm pretty sure have the longer legs. And I did shorten them up by a bit, all of them. I omitted a couple rows off of it just because I thought they were like pretty long. And I'm trying to make my yarn go as far as I can. And I think that's a good size. It's a good size. The neckerchief, that is an accessory that came with Marley Dog. But I believe, if I am correct, you can find any of the Fable accessories on her blog, and I believe they are for free. You just have to put up with ads. So Oak and Marlow, if you search them, search up their blog, and I believe you can find all these accessories on there for free. And there is a video tutorial as well on how to make this neckerchief. But you could also purchase the patterns as well, and get the accessories with them. So that's how I got this. But there's Tilly Cat. And she did not come with a tail, so I just picked up some stitches in her body, and I did a crochet chain of so many stitches, single crocheted my way back up. I did a few increases at the end of the tail here, single crocheted my way back up and just joined it. She did not come with a tail, and she needed a tail. One of my favorite parts about a cat is their tails. They're so cute. So that's Tilly. And then I was looking at their other patterns and I saw Fora Fawn, and I was like, oh my god, she is so beautiful, and she's got a pretty flower accessory, and we are coming into spring here and I'm thinking about all the flowers, and I thought that would just be perfect. So here she is. How darling is she? She's got some cute little details, and they do give you the instructions on how to do that. Isn't she awesome? So these are all using Bernat Baby Blanket. I don't think I mentioned that on the last view. Again, I don't know if she came with a tail either, but I gave her one. But the flower accessory does come in the pattern for Fora, sorry. You could do just the single one. It can tie to her ear. I think it said it could tie to her wrist or her ankle. I put it on her ear because I thought it was cutest. But you could also do a full headband. I think there's 3 or 4 flowers. It's the same flower that you can do and make it into a headband, so it would be across her head. I just chose to do the single one. But oh my god, she is so darling. I just love her. I decided to embroider on her nose, and I had so much fun making her that I made a second one. This one, the eyes, I don't know. I didn't want them to have the same color eyes. I wanted this one to have blue eyes, and I feel the eyes are just a little too massive for her. At first, when I started to make her, she honestly looked like a monkey at first, but that's just what I was seeing as I was making her. But here she is, and I did the flower. Her flower got a little crushed here. But there's my fawns, and I did the neckerchief for this one. I don't know why. I was just having fun with this accessories, and you're supposed to do the neckerchief in like a worsted weight yarn, and I forgot that and did it in the Bernat Baby Blanket, so it's a little chonky, but it is what it is. I think it's cute. So I did those two. Fora Fawn. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it. And then, last but not least, I had to get, sorry, just reaching. I had to get the Jellybee by Oak and Marlow because, again, I'm thinking spring. Spring is coming. It is definitely in the air. We have had some beautiful weather. Yesterday was like 8 degrees Celsius. Today is like 12 degrees Celsius. Very windy, however, but I am still going to go outside and try to knit because it is just too nice to stay inside. I have been waiting for this. All that to say, spring is in the air, and I want to reflect that on my market table. So what better way to do that than a bee? Because I love watching bees on flowers, and they're so majestic and beautiful to me, so I had to make some. So here is Jellybee by Oak and Marlow. It is so fat and so beautiful. Oh my goodness. It's got the wings. You're supposed to tack the wings down so they don't flop like that, but I never did that part. Again, I got these gigantic eyes, but I think it works. It does have little footsies here. I don't know if you can really tell, but he does have little footsies in his antennae. They just kind of got squished because when I finish anything for the market, I put it in a Rubbermaid. That way no bugs or cat hair or dog hair gets on anything. So they kind of get a little squished. But here's Jellybee. This one I did in Bernette blanket yarn. The black, however, is Mainstays, which is a Walmart brand. I don't like it, guys. It's not bad. It was the Chanel, I believe it's called, by Mainstays. It's not bad. It's really soft. However, it breaks. So if you pull a good amount on it, like, let me say, I had to pull this out because I thought I could just go around, count by doing my stitches, and I would stay in round. However, my wings ended up being down here rather than up here, and I would highly recommend that if you do the Jellybee, use a beginning around marker to mark your beginning around, because when you go to put the antlers on and the feet and all that, you want them, and the wings, you want it all to be where it should be. So having a beginning around marker does really help. But all that to say, I did have to rip this back, and the black yarn totally broke. It did not want to pull back nicely. The yellow, like the gold, the Bernette blanket yarn did. It pulled back without a problem. It didn't break, nothing. But this Mainstays yarn, it just broke. It did not, just didn't. So would I buy it again? No, I would not. So that's just a little advice. I don't recommend the yarn. All that to say though, here's Jellybee, and I made this one first. This one is worsted weight yarn, just plain worsted, not held double or anything. This is Jellybee as well. And this is Bernette Super Value or Bernette Premium, one of the two. And Red Heart Super Saver. It would be a mix of both. Don't remember which one is which, but so you can kind of see the difference in sizes. If you use the Bernette blanket yarn compared to worsted weight, you can see the size difference. I personally, of course, love the bigger one, but I think the small one is cute too. They're so adorable, guys. Oh my god. I am having so much fun with these toys. I love it. Just love it. And in the pattern, I noticed that they had like a picture of a pink bee. It was like 2 tones of pink with the white wings, and I was like, oh my god, like that is just so cute. It is just, it looked like a flying pig in a way, but it was just so cute. So I have pink Bernette blanket yarn, so I just might have to make a pink one. I don't have 2 tones of pink. I just have one color of pink. But yeah, I might have to do that, guys. That's pretty cool. Maybe make a purple one because I really love purple. I don't know, guys. I'm thinking over here. But that was Jellybee by Oak and Marlow. I will have all those posted down below. Oak and Marlow did have a, I think it was 10% off sale, but I believe that sale is now ended, unfortunately. But they did have a sale. You could go over to Etsy. It was on Etsy. You could go over there and check it out, but I don't believe that sale is still going. So there's that. I'm just going to grab a sock blocker because I have a hoe to share with you guys. So if you had watched my Frog Utter finish, I have a lot of works in progress, and I said that I was going to try to work from those projects and get them finished. So I had worked for a couple of weeks on my granny stripe blanket, and then I haven't worked on it because, one, I've been a bit busy making like toys for the market, And two, I wasn't sure if I wanted to end the blanket or just keep going. So obviously now you guys know I've decided to continue it because I would like to make it a bit bigger. But I decided to pull another project from that pile of whips. And it is my Rose Hill Yarns sock. This was an August colorway from 2024, 25, can't remember, but it was a club colorway, and it came with this beautiful electric blue contrast color. And yeah, and then the main color here. So I just did 2x2 ribbing for like 20 rows, 50 rows for the legs, slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset, and then just my normal length that I do for my foot. It is so good. I don't know why I put this one down. I started this last summer, I believe, and I don't understand why I just let it sit because it is just so pretty. It is beautiful. But I did, and it is what it is, guys. But at least now I am in the processes of getting it done and complete. So that is good. So that is what I worked on this week. And I did start the second one. Just let me pull it out of my bag here. I haven't gotten too far, but I did get the cuff casted on. And I am probably about halfway through it, maybe a bit more. So I casted it on right away. That way I wouldn't have the excuse of not wanting to cast it on. So that is going. So this one is going to stay in my main rotation now. This will be my main vanilla sock that I work on. So it is going to stay here on my chair now. That way I can work on it and get it finished. So hopefully by next week, I will have a finished pair of socks out of that. So that would be exciting if I did, because they need to be off the needles already. It's been too long. Okay, so that's all I have to share with you guys for this week. That is what I have been actively working on. I did not work on my Cozy Memories blanket at all. I did cake up some yarn, even though I have so many scraps, but there was some mini skeins that I had that I was just like, oh, I really want those in my blanket. So I did get those caked up and they're ready to go. It's just that I didn't have time this week to actually work on the blanket, so but that's okay. I didn't work on anything else. Just trying to stay focused on the toys. I've been very blessed at my markets lately, so I'm having to replenish my toys, which is a really good thing. But it doesn't leave much time for much else, unfortunately. But that's okay. Like I said, I'm having a lot of fun with the toys. I love being able to play with color and such, so it's a good thing. I don't have anything to share with you guys for stash enhancement. I did get yarn. I got my second box from Yarnspirations. So it's just like a lot of blanket yarn that I ordered, Burnett blanket yarn. I ordered some Burnett Premium in some colors like just worsted. In some colors that I didn't have. So I have like this huge box of yarn that came in, but I am not going to bore you guys to death with that. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. But besides that, I have been a good girl. I have not purchased anything. Oh wait, that is a lie. I'm sorry. I am lying to you. I don't have anything that came in that is indie dyed, is what I'm trying to say. Did I order something? Oh yeah, I ordered something. I ordered from Area 51 Fibers, her Never Not Rainbowing colorway. I see it sitting on my desk, but I'm not going to grab it because it's too far out of reach. But I did share the colorway with you guys maybe not the last episode, but the episode before, I did baby socks and I hand cranked an adult pair. They're still not done. I haven't worked on those, but um, wow, the wind is really bad here, guys. It just blew something over outside. Um, anyways, sorry, distraction squirrel. So I did order something from Area 51 Fibers. I have a gift that I would like to knit, so I thought that was a perfect colorway, so I ordered that. And I can't remember if I shared it with you guys, but I did do a order with Knit Picks. And I ordered some yarn for a crochet cardigan that I am making. I don't feel I have enough yardage, so I ordered some more, and of course I got some Felici because I love my Knit Picks Felici, so I did that. But as for this week, I have been a good girl and I did not purchase any type of indie dyed yarn. I haven't done that for a little bit, so that is good. So we shall see. I would like my grams in this month to be a little bit less, but that big box of yarn just ruined it, so oh well. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna stop gabbering on for now and let you go. I will hopefully see you next week, and until then, have a good week. Happy knitting, happy crafting, and God bless. Bye.